So, I'm assuming that we're gonna take Jeff during the regular order
Correct,
of
Mayor.
business.
Yep.
So we have no appearances, no one's on the screen. We have no unfinished business, so we're gonna move to number 6A, consideration of resolution 25-4-2.
Make sure computers are muted, please.
Authorizing the issuance and sale of 3.3 million general obligation promissory notes, series 2025A. Mark.
Yes, Jeff, if you want to come up here. Last meeting, we had a resolution authorizing our Jeff Belanger here from Hutchinson to go out to the market for our 2025 capital borrowing. So he went out to the market. This is the results for the 2025 capital borrowing. So, Jeff, you want to?
Well, thank you, Mark. Good evening, everyone. Appreciate the opportunity. Always a pleasure. As Mark said, by the way, congratulations. We got pretty good bids on this. We had originally anticipated we were going to have to do 4.3 million, and timing for you guys was great with respect to those bids. I think, as everyone knows, we've certainly seen the markets. They're somewhat volatile. They've been up and down day to day. Treasuries, obviously stock market, and certainly our market is always affected by that. Our market meaning the municipal bond market. But quite frankly, today, market on Friday felt a bit comfortable, somewhat optimistic. The interesting part, I think, is for you guys, for City of Monona, with a AA+ rating, you're gonna compete well in any market, and things are relative, of course. But when you have securities like that are being introduced, even into a volatile market, you have a story to tell with respect to people on why they're priced at a certain level, and your securities certainly were priced at a really good level. There's an indicator that comes out. It's called MMD. Basically, it's municipal market data that at the end of every day, someone keeps track of the highest price, best AA security that's sold in each particular maturity for that day. And now, does that mean that everybody can get that rate? No, there might be other circumstances that cause that rate and that price to go as high as it did and the rate as low as it did, but that's data that we keep. And going into the following day when there's pricing, all the underwriters and traders and everybody looks back at the MMD and says, okay, where do we price, for us, a AA GEO, City of Monona, Wisconsin, excellent credit, where do we price it against that highest rate? And we were 0.05% cheaper than that scale. So that tells me that, we really competed quite well in terms of those dollars that were out there today. So it gave me some confidence that when you look at the pricing that I have for you, where you look in 26 at a 337 and we go out to 34 at a 378, that's not a huge spread through that life of that bond. What is it, 41 basis points from 2026 to 2034? Not a great differential for anybody looking to buy those particular securities. So all that being said and done, there will be a premium, a net premium, after all your issuance expenses are paid. We'll provide to the city a net premium of $107,147. Now that money will be put into your debt service fund, so that will go towards the first payment next year. You can use it obviously for those kinds of things. We anticipate that even with only 3 months of earnings, you should get at least $66,000, maybe a little bit more in investment earnings based on where we are. I think you're going to have the money a little longer than that. I don't know if you started the projects yet, Mark, but should be okay in terms of earning some additional monies on that. At the end of the day, we have basically a true interest cost. We show you a TIC at the time of closing of a 433. So that takes into account all of those pricing over that term and then paying for you all of the issuance expenses to do the deal, rating, bond counsel, everything.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have one, just for my own curiosity mostly, but is the muni bond market less volatile than the treasury market right now?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question, Doug. I've been in this 44 years now, and you try to get indications as to what the other markets are doing. We're going to price off the treasuries. That's the one consistent thing that if you look at, and treasuries have been somewhat volatile, but you know, we're not exactly on the treasury because that's a taxable thing. It's AAA by the federal government. But what they do gauge is how well the municipal security compares to that treasury based on credit. And we're like 80% of the treasury market, which is really high. So that tells me that munis are being very well received. And the credit, we have some stability. We have a little more stability, I'd say, certainly than the other markets are having right now. But, you know, the problem for the muni market is, you know, they're kind of like I hate to say that because all my relatives are redheaded stepchild. You know, you're kind of lags behind, and we wait for everybody to get their thing or their piece and determine where we're going to end up when we come to the table. So I hope that gives you some indication, Doug.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's volatile. There's no question. It's been, I don't want to say fun, but it's, to me, educational to watch what's happened over the last few weeks. It doesn't give me any reason to get nervous at this particular point. There's liquidity in the market, so people who buy these will be able to trade them. Obviously, that continues to go on. The market, the municipal market, digested almost record supply in the last 2 weeks. It just coincidental that so many big issues were coming to market, and people were worried about where all that money was going to end up coming from to absorb the municipal bonds that were being offered, and basically they paid themselves out, which I was happy to see last week, because now we have our issue coming, and you know, it's doing well. And I think Connecticut, who doesn't come very often, state of Connecticut, they're doing like 150 billion or something this week yet, and there's another couple other huge issues. We're doing 127. We were doing 127 million for Michigan, Ann Arbor, this week also. So there's more bonds coming to market, but it has absorbed a lot of them, and the pricing has been actually pretty good, all things considered. Now listen, Doug, you and I have been around. We know that. But we've had some issues here where we've had 10-year issues and we're under 2% for a tick.
Right.
I mean, we had lots of wonderful infrastructure that we did with relatively cheap money. When I look back, is the 433 for this kind of issue, I would say those are relatively good markets from, say, the 80s to just before 2000. If you came in with a 10-year issue and it ticked somewhere in the 4s to 4.5, we felt pretty good about that.
Right.
We got spoiled for a while in terms of being a borrower at those rates, but we also weren't able to get a heck of a lot of our investment earnings, as you know, so those were numbers that when you do have healthy reserves like the city does, you want some rate of return on those reserves, and you're getting that, which is also a plus. So.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for the question.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. That being the case, that takes us to 6B, convening in closed session.
We need a.
Yeah, we need to, yep, just need a motion. Yep.
Yep. So
Mo-
let's take-
Motion to move into closed session.
We need
We need a motion on the resolution.
Oh,
For the
Gotcha.
bonding, yeah.
Sorry. Forgive me.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
today.
Do I have a second?
Yep.
I got a second? Okay, great. And I believe, since this is a roll call, is it not? Correct. So with that, Doug? Oh, you go ahead. Eileen, whatever order you're in.
Alderwood.
Aye.
Alder.
aye.
Great. Okay. The issuance is approved. With that, we'll go Make a motion to go into closed session.
We have to read the, I think we have to read the
First,
language, yep.
convene the closed session under Wisconsin statute, section 19.85(1)(e), deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, investing in public funds, or conducting of other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Contract with Accurate Appraisal LLC.
Mhm.
With that, take a motion to go into closed session.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
And I have a second.
All right, let me,
All those in favor?
Aye.
It's a roll call.
It's a roll call?
yep.
Sorry.
Alder DePula,
Aye.
Alder Wood.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Smack that down and get your first one.
Oh, I'm supposed to smash that down?
Bang, it pulls us up, there you go. Pulls.
You got a new seat?
Start.
You moved up? Move around up?
Oh, my.
Oh, I don't know where these go.
Hi guys,
Hello, how are you?
welcome to the neighborhood.
Yes.
I have a whole new perspective on life over here.
How's it going? Good, you?